Kagiso Trust Investments and Tiso Group plan to merge into a new black-owned investment group with a gross asset value of more than 12 billion rand. Here to tell us more is Nkululeko Sowazi, the chairman of Tiso. Nkululeko, thanks very much for coming in today. What's prompted this merger? Let's start there.
Yes, thank you very much, Stephen. The background to the merger is that we've worked for an extremely long period with Kagiso Trust. We share a value system with them. We've got complementary assets. We believe that this represents significant growth for both companies, and we believe that it's a maturation of the BEE investment landscape.
You also have common shareholders, don't you?
No, we don't have common shareholders. We have similar shareholders. The largest shareholder in Kagiso Trust is Kagiso Trust Investment is Kagiso Trust. One of the largest shareholders in Tiso Group is Tiso Foundation. So through the merger, we'll be creating a fairly large, broad-based shareholding in Kagiso Tiso Holdings.
And of course, those are for benefits organisations, aren't they? So have they bought into this merger? Will they still get the same benefits once the groups merge?
They certainly have bought into the merger. Kagiso Trust is currently a controlling shareholder in KTI, so you would certainly want them on board. We believe that the benefits to both of the organisations will be significant. You have a bigger base of which to build the company, a much stronger balance sheet, and deeper management capability, and obviously raising capital and allocating capital will become a lot more optimized.
You said your asset bases are complementary. What sorts of assets do you bring to the party as Tiso?
Tiso has a strong orientation in the resources and infrastructure space. Some of the assets that we invested in there include Avenge Africa, Exaro is part of the controlling BE Holdco, Idwala, which is one of the larger lime and calcium carbonates producers, Investec, and we've got exposure to property through our holding in Eris Property Group and Emira Property Fund.
And of course, a number of financial services institutions are quite close to Tiso. So you mentioned Investec, also Standard Bank, RMB, as far as I can remember. Are they in it for this merger as well?
Yes, they are very much in support of the merger. They collectively own 27% of Tiso, and they were brought into the shareholder base, obviously to help us grow the company. And so this does represent some growth for them as shareholders as well.
How will this merger give you access to bigger, meatier deals? You already mentioned a stronger capital base. What will you be targeting with that?
Well, the starting point obviously will be to bed down the merger. And to revise and refine the investment strategy of now will be a much bigger entity. But both Kagiso Trust Investments and Tiso have pursued similar investment strategies, so we don't expect there to be too much of a change. There will be refinements, there will be targeting of particular growth of particular clusters. So at this point in time, we don't believe there will be much change in the form of change in as far as the investment strategy is concerned.
Of course, there has been some talk about some of the pitfalls that Black economic empowerment has met since it was introduced. I think it was also highlighted by the Economic Development Minister, Abraham Patel, with his recent growth plan. How do you see Black empowerment going forward? What do you see as the pitfalls of the past and how you can correct those going into the future?
One can only speak from our experience and that of Kagiso. I think both companies have been very fortunate in that we've managed to be able to grow our companies. Kagiso has been around for the last 17 years. We've been around to just under 10 years. And in that time, we've managed to build up a fairly strong balance sheet. The majority of our investments are in the black. The partnerships have worked extremely well. And the broad-based beneficiaries have also benefited and grown their activities on the back of that growth. So our experience has been good, and we believe through this merger, we're only going to propel the companies going forward.
Have you been able to influence the direction of corporate South Africa through your shareholdings, and do you think as a merged entity you'll carry even more influence on how corporate South Africa develops?
Absolutely. I think one of the features of both companies has been the ability to sweat the relationships, the ability to keep the relationships and retain them and grow them. And I think going forward with a strengthened balance sheet, with a strengthened management team, we'll be able to actually add significant value to the investee companies that we're the KTH will be involved with.